giving everybody what they need, and you're doing your best job for the show, and you're trying not to, want to die from 104-degree fever, and keep up good morale for the crew. So it's, I'm not saying it's a terrible experience. I'm just saying I think that's what this show has taught me the best of is how to be a professional.
I hear that you like to play the guitar, like me. What type of music do you like to play or enjoy listening to?
Oh my God, that's so sweet of you to say that I play guitar. What an exaggeration. I'm only saying that because I literally started teaching myself guitar what was a while ago, but I really have not gotten to really take into it as much as I would like to. As far as guitar goes, I originally started playing guitar so that I could just play myself one of my favorite bands, Bright Eyes songs, and then that morphed into so I could play Elliott Smith songs, and so I could play myself Arcade Fire songs. It really was just sort of, I wanted to be able to do that because whenever anybody sits down in front of me and picks up a guitar and music comes out, it's like one of the most magical things. And so if I could one day be capable of doing that, it would be really, really exciting. But as far as music goes, my favorites are probably Bright Eyes, Elliott Smith, Arcade Fire, and the White Stripes. I think Jack White, especially on the guitar, is a god. He's crazy.
That's great. So next time I'm in LA, I'm going to lend you my Les Paul so you can get rocking.
Oh my God! That'd be amazing!
The show is very fashionable. Do you have a particular costume piece you like or have been able to keep for yourself?
No, everybody always asks me that question. They're like, oh my gosh, you must have such great clothes. I'm like, no, I go home in pajamas every day. We unfortunately are not allowed to keep anything, and that's because they want to keep it in case they have to revisit the item or, we want to pull it up later. Because it's like these girls really don't go shopping all the time, and yet they never wear the same outfit. So, they have to repeat certain pants and certain shirts and items like that.
What was your favorite piece you've worn?
Honestly, I always have a favorite piece, and then I spend an entire episode in it, and I want to get it off my body and burn it. Just because, you know what I mean? Or it's like you find the most amazing outfit or dress or coat, and you're like, this is amazing. I will never get sick of this. And you won't unless you wear it straight for 7 days for 14 hours a day. And then trust me, you'll want to burn it. So it's really hard for me to say because I always remember, like, in the beginning of certain episodes, I'm like, oh, this is the best thing Spencer's ever worn. And then by the end of it, I'm like, please never make me wear that.
If you could give your character, Spencer, a piece of advice, what would you say to her?
Chill out. Seriously, take a chill pill. Life is too short, and you need to spend one night maybe going to the movies instead of, like, sneaking around the, Allison's house and trying to find Ian. Like, maybe sleep. Maybe find time to do your homework. I don't know how Spencer maintains such good grades and, like, literally never does her homework.
If you couldn't be an actor, what profession would you choose for yourself?
Well, it's actually kind of funny because, I remember when I first wanted to act, my parents were supportive, but it was that thing where they were like, please, if you can find anything else in the world, don't do this. So it wasn't even like, the great, like, oh, we've been waiting for you to arrive. Welcome to the family business, kind of thing. But if I could do anything else, in a fantasy world, I'd be a rock star. In my, who doesn't want to be a rock star? I think that was a quote from Sam Shepard and Sean Penn when they were making this so-called disaster on the late Henry Moss. Somebody asked them what they would do if they couldn't be actors and writers, and they were like, what we'd always want to do, be rock stars, because that's what everybody wants to be. But when I was younger, I actually also had a very intense obsession with death, and I was fascinated by forensic scientists, but also morticians. I had this draw to work with the dead in some sense. So maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know. Silence.
Great question. That's great.
What do you watch when you're not working on your own show?
I have not had cable for the past 5 years. And I really never watched TV. The only show that I really ever got into was when I got all 5 seasons of 6 Feet Under on DVD in college, and that became my obsession. And now I'm really trying to keep up with Game of Thrones, because I read the pilot and I auditioned for it and I fell in love with it. And I think they're doing such an amazing job. I guess that's really the only show that I keep up with. But, I'm really more of a, if I had time, I want to go see a movie, kind of like that containment.
I know you're very busy, Troian. Thank you so much for your time. Troian Bellisario, everybody, from the brand new season of Pretty Little Liars on ABC Family every Tuesday at 8/7 Central on ABC Family. Thank you, Troian, for being on WDW Tiki Room on Sorcerer Radio.
Thank you.